Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Maple Butch and Ivy, and I'm Kelly, and today this is the second episode of my series I'm doing for the Prosperity and Abundance series, and we're doing a 7-day prosperity candle spell that I got it from this book called Embracing the Moon by Yasmine Galenorn. A Witch's Guide to Ritual Spellcraft and Shadow Work. I've had this book since '94. I've been using this spell for 30 years. So the 7-day prosperity spell is a 70-day spell to focus your will over a period of time and bring a long-term abundance into your life. Sometimes the author even does a 14-day spell beginning a day after the new moon until right before the full moon. So she wrote down that you will need a 7-inch green table candle or a 7-knob candle, a ruler, a pushpin thumbtack, a piece of paper, dragon's blood ink, or you may substitute green ink, quill pen or felt pen, money or prosperity oil, which she put down a page for her recipe, and as well as the same page for her prosperity powder. I did not in the beginning, or even 10-12 years, I did not use her own her recipe. I just used what I needed that made sense. Not so much made sense to me, it just worked. I also used she also had a list of certain herbs for certain things, and I used that. I think I picked up a herb and an oil based off of her book at the time, and it still worked. The day after and then it says the day after the new moon, you lay the table candle on its side. Okay, I want to show you that, the whole thing. Yeah. It did say that you do not skip days with the spell. When you have finished burning the entire candle, take the paper outside and bury it under a tree. You can also burn the paper in a heat-proof bowl if you like. You should see some results, however small, before the spell is over, but the author usually finds the major results come within 2 or 3 months of casting. The 7-day prosperity spell is more useful as a long-term investment rather than a short-term I need cash now working. And I've done this numerous when I needed it, and probably like once every couple years, and it's been working wonders for 30 years. And so I'm going to show you 4 candles. I will be, to make things easier, I'm going to use, I've always used the green candle, which is what she asked for. So you have, I think this one's a 6-inch. I think this one's a 6-inch. This is a 6-inch. I think ideally, you need like at least an 8-inch. So I'm all for like using what you have. But if you can find something like this, you're kind of better off. I'm just being truthful here. So for the sake of this video, I'll be using this. Then you have this. So if you next to each other, you're gonna have more room. And then if you can find a 7-day knob candle, in this case, I tend to order mine online because where I live, we don't have a store that sells these. So I have to go online to get one of these. But I like to bounce between this and this. And this will be the first time in the future I'll be using the 7-knob candle with this candle. I'm very good. This is what I'm probably going to be using it for, maybe. We'll see. But, yeah. So anyway, those are the size of the candles. Of course, green, I know in the U.S. it's money, but green is a very earthy because you get the leaves, the abundance of the leaves in the grass. So we could kind of focus on the element of earth on that one. So without further ado, let's go to my altar and let's show you how I did it the first like 10 years. It's pretty simple. No, it's not hard. So come on over. Okay, so here is my altar, and as you can tell, I already did the inscribe on the candle. So when I get my new candles, I already cleanse them with a cleansing. This incense stick is for good fortune, so traction. I'm going to use this for giving it the energy that I'm focusing on. Let's see. Okay, so when I used to do this in the beginning, I did not have a 7-dot candle like this. I couldn't find any, so I would always use something like this. I tend to go for more of a 8 to 10 inch long candle. The oil I used to use, I did not use the olive oil. I was living with my parents, but I bought a oil that had to do with prosperity and abundance. So let's see, like a basil oil, or trying to think back on what I used to use. Let's see. This book, and I think I remember using this book back in the day. I think I used something. I went to a wood shop and bought a oil, like a floral or something like that, that has to do with abundance and prosperity, and plus a couple other things. So I would use that as a base oil, and then I always used for a, I've been using it for years, except for the past maybe 8 or 9, because I had a hard time finding it as the 5-finger glass. I'm so glad I got this. I was able to purchase it when I was living in Connecticut, and I found a place here that I can purchase this as well. This is one of my #1 go-to for money, magic, abundance, and prosperity. #2 is mint, is another one that I use. But for this particular one, I'll be using this oil called Real Money, and also something else. Give me a minute here. do have an attraction somewhere. I just can't find it. I could do a fresh start. Keys. So the possibility and endless. You can use olive oil. You can use rapeseed oil. So I'm going to be using this as a base. Use my finger glass. Mint. This one I use. This is peppermint. You can use mint in the cupboard in the kitchen if you have some. You can get to the store. A sprig of ivy. Actually, one of the poem on here is called Gort, and it's tree, and it's ivy, and it's also my plant ally as well. And then and just a little bit of my own recipe for success of, why not? If you don't have your own, if you don't have a success, you can use that's a good one I like to use. Another kitchen one is either allspice or star anise. It's another good one. I'm going to burn the bottom of this to help it stick to the bottom of the cauldron or any type of heated bowl. Might have to put it on a candle. One more time. I might have to use a candle holder. I know some witches, myself included, like to charge each ingredient, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna enchant all at once what I want it to do. So, if you excuse me, it's gonna be a bit of a few minutes. Now we will light the candle. Actually, I'm not going to light it because it's not time yet. I'm going to be waiting for a couple days to do it. And I'll be turning this phone to help you add some other things to this spell. So I will be see you in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you a couple more ideas on to add some more ingredients or correspondence, if you will. You can use oracle decks or tarot decks, like, let's see, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups is a good one. For crystals, you can use like green stones like peridot. Let's see, was it peridot, fool's gold, or pirate? You can use citron. This is a natural, not heated citron. You can use, this one is a green fluorite. Let's see what else. I have a walnut. You can use a walnut. They come plenty in or acorns is another one. Let's see. Oak to help. Its ogham is door, D-U-I-R, opening up the doors. You can use for herbs. Other herbs. Let's see. Orange peel works for the sun. The elements of the correspondence of the sun. Sunflower. Let's see, dandelions, stuff like that. When it comes to oracle decks, these two from the deck I have, these are the two I'm planning on putting up. Fruit for achievement and success. And the other one is mint for abundance, persistence, and proliferation. So you get the mint, which I believe this looks like a peridot, which is the Norse rune for, it's actually on the candle, for abundance. So that's, a great one. Trying to think of what else. There's other correspondence on herbs that if you feel you want to use. I know a lot of people would use like cinnamon. Let's see, what's the other one? There's one, cloves. But like, those are the ones I personally use for prosperity and abundance right around like near the end of summer, going into fall and winter. Because that's when we use a lot of that for baking. Well, I tend to use like right around springtime, which is we're almost at Austria, leafy type, or floral, like violet. Let's see, violet, mint, birch leaves would be good for new beginnings. Let's see, what's the other? Oak leaves, nuts, like walnuts. You can sprinkle some walnuts on, grind up some walnuts, actual walnuts, and to a powder and put them on the candle. That's good for abundance and prosperity. I think that's the only thing I could pop up in my head. So yeah, pre-night's another good one. Pre-night is like a green with uh, like thin flecks of darker green that looks like blades of grass. You can use that. Just take what you see, and um, I'll be writing what I used in the other ideas I've posted. Also, with this, she brought up you want to start it like 7 days before the full moon. The writing, I always get the two confused. Even though I work with moon energies, I always get the two confused. Even though I've been doing it been practicing for 30 years. Go figure. Yeah, so the day after the new moon, yeah, so, yeah, so you want to do it on like during the waxing moon, but you must start in time to be finished by the full moon. Kind of makes sense because the moon waxing into full, it's growing. The moon is appearing till up to the full moon. You can use 7 days leading up to Austria or Beltane. You can, if the full moon falls on a Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, or leading up to Sunday, which is the sun, success, putting the light of what you're going for. Let's see what else. You could do it leading up to Litha, which is where things really have grown. I mean, possibilities are endless when it comes to this spell work. But I think the basic is to make sure that you write everything down on the day, like the day of or the day after the new moon. You want to get it set and ready before 7 days before the full moon, so that you can start each day leading up to the full moon. Also, you're supposed, when you're lighting the candles for each section, doesn't matter if you use, let me see, doesn't matter what candle you use, if you use this one, or this one, you might want to get a tack. Oh, that's one. A tack or two, and you can, I'll use this for example. You can put this, like a tack or something like that, just put it in, so that when it goes down, this will fall. You should hear it. This is a little bit more thinner, but you can use an actual thumbtack. It'll make a noise when it drops. That should give you an idea of, okay, I gotta blow it out or snuff it. Save it for the next day. Put the same tack on this one, or in this case, in the line, there's a line right here, so I could just put one of these on there, so when it falls down, it makes a little noise, so I know it's time to snuff it or blow it out, and put it on the next line. Put this on the next line, get it ready, and then the next day, light it, and do a little incantation. Let it burn till this thing drops again, and just do it over and over again until you get to the last one. You don't need this at this point. When you get to the last one, which is joy, you don't need it anymore. So that's that. I hope you enjoy this this second episode of the series of my abundance and prosperity. And yes, it was from a book, and sometimes it's okay to use a spell in the book. And because you could either use it exactly the way it does, or you can take most of it and add a few of your of your own spin to it. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take something out of it. And until the next time I see you, don't get lost in the grove.